Everton are like the official bridge from top six to the rest of the
league. He won't even go to Watford anymore. He'll go to Everton. Yeah.
Benzema.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I like him more.
That's
I think
ridiculous.
Suarez is great.
That's ridiculous. For that city, it's a great little city to have.
Sound like a bit of a Leipzig sympathiser.
Well, yeah, I've got some family connections there. So, it's certainly not around the club, but certainly with the city. All right, let's move on.
So, that and more coming up in the next few minutes as myself and Paddy go through your questions. We're back at it again. I'm going to start this time.
Go for it.
Sumia Deep, first off. Which transfer might be the biggest transfer in this January transfer window, in your opinion?
Great question. I mean, do we really see any of those really big ones like a Sancho, like a Pogba? Do we see them, Mbappe? We don't see them happening in January.
Yeah. Let's go impact and price. It doesn't have to be the biggest number.
I think we were talking a bit before about this. Probably Eriksen would not be far off. If Alcacer goes for what they're sort of saying, 40 million to somewhere, that's a fair chunk of change. Haaland's already gone for 20. I don't see a €100 million transfer.
The only one I see that could come close, and I don't think it's going to happen at this point, would be Koulibaly. Yeah. Who would command maybe 80 to 90, but it's the chance of it happening are very small.
At a time when Napoli need quality, why would you sell arguably their best player?
Yeah, true.
Or equally their best player, All right, from Official Memes TV, the most overrated transfer rumour, I guess, at the moment.
It's just something that would be terrible. That Jesse Lingard, James Madison. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It was like James Madison plus... Jesse Lingard plus 45 million for James Madison.
It's bizarre, isn't it? Yeah.
That's just an overrated rumour because it's not going to happen. And an overrated player.
I think we've said it before too, swaps very rarely happen. This is not Football Manager. It doesn't happen all the time. It happens like once or twice every couple of years. You know, Eto Ibrahimovic was one. There was another one.
No, the recent one was the Sanchez Mkhitaryan one.
Correct, that one. But like really, they are very much a rarity.
Especially in the top. The top level.
The percentage of swaps reported versus swaps that actually go through is it's crazy how different that is. Yes.
I think the most overrated rumour for me probably is Sancho leaving. I think that's just so unlikely.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones at the moment. I think he will go at some point. But I think I don't see that happening at all in January. No. You're up.
It's not even worth talking about.
No.
Right. Pablo Meseli with the next one. Is Varane the most underrated player of his generation in comparison to Van Dijk, who is extremely hyped at the moment because he has just played 2 good seasons, while Varane is the key player for France and Real for almost a decade?
Yeah, well,
shots fired at Van Dijk.
I wonder if we'd put Van Dijk in a team like a Real Madrid or something like that for the last 5 years. I wonder if you could make that comparison. But I think Varane, I mean, he's a great call. He's a fantastic player. He's been great for club and for country. I think, to be honest, his biggest problem is that he's playing next to the most extroverted defender in the world, in Sergio Ramos, who takes all the limelight. You know, Varane just goes about things in a super quiet way, doesn't really sort of stamp himself on a game like Sergio Ramos does, unless you're a purist and you're really, really watching the football. And I think that's probably Varane's biggest problem, but also it's probably something that he also likes. You know, I mean,
it probably suits him well to his game.
You're right. He's played hundreds and hundreds of games for Real Madrid. You don't do that unless you're a very, very good player. Yeah. So I don't know if he's the most underrated player going around at the moment, but probably deserves a bit more praise than
in comparison to Van Dijk. He's won a lot more, Varane, but I think the measurability, if you can, of what Van Dijk's done to Liverpool, it's easy to see Liverpool before Van Dijk, Liverpool after. It's not so easy to see Real with and without Varane.
But that's part of that Ramos effect.
Yeah, exactly.
If Ramos was to retire tomorrow or to do his knee or be out for the rest of the season tomorrow, we would see really how much leadership Varane had and how much of that team he could command. We won't, unless... You
have a lot of people hunting you down.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But certainly, I think he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. For sure. From Peter Zieringer, is it still possible to be considered a top-class goalkeeper without being good with the ball on one's feet?
I feel like we're going to agree here. Not nowadays.
I disagree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just said that because I saw agree.
You can
hear me out.
No. I'll hear you out. But you go ahead.
I just think part of a goalkeeper's role nowadays, especially at the top, is to be so competent with the ball.
Certainly helps.
That without it, so look at managers like Guardiola, who's very insistent on having a ball-playing goalkeeper. Without it, he probably wouldn't sign you.
Sure. So, I mean, it's your definition of top class.
Yeah.
For me, top class is being able to play consistently in one of the top couple of leagues. And I think there are plenty of goalkeepers out there who aren't fantastic with their feet, but when they're in the right team, and if they're a fantastic shot stopper, if they command their area well, they take the high balls, all this sort of stuff, I still think you don't need to be a Neuer or a Ter Stegen with your feet to be a top class goalkeeper.
You don't need to be, but it's adding more.
It helps.
Adding more to your bow.
Yeah, it helps. But I think it's a nice thing to see, and it adds an extra element onto that quality goalkeeper. But at the same time, I think you can, if you're a great shot stopper, if you command your area, you do the basic things that you're meant to do as a goalkeeper, you can still be top class.
You're still top class.
Yeah.
True, because Hugo Lloris is terrible at kicking.
Yeah, so I won. Did I win that? Because you started off.
Oh,
there,
you know what?
Lloris
is the exception.
Yeah, I think there's plenty more. You're up.
Right. So.
But I won.
But we're going to continue that question from Toby Loughlin, who said, "Who is the best goalkeeper in the world?"
Yeah, one of the ones who's really good with his feet.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
For me at the moment, Ter Stegen.
Then we have agreed there.
It's pretty obvious to me. Yeah.
Ter Stegen, Oblak is for me.
Oblak's not obviously right up there. I would say right up there. I think there's a few goalkeepers whose colours have lowered in the last couple of years through either injury or form. I think Neuer hasn't quite got back to where he was through the injury.
Navas has taken a little hit as well.
Courtois, De Gea, they have their great moments, but they've also had a few forgettable ones. I think those two are probably the clear sort of standards.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Okay, quickfire. We haven't had many of these actually, so please bring in the quickfires. We love them, you love them. Let's keep them going. From Trippier or Kyle Walker?
Ooh, from them?
Well, obviously, which one would you like? You remember how quickfires go.
Who's it from? Yeah.
Sorry, this is from Noah Tretoy Jacksland. I got a bit excited that there was a quickfire.
Trippier or Kyle Walker?
Yeah, Trippier. Kyle Walker. Okay. Benzema or Suarez?
Oh damn. Benzema.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I like him more.
That's
I think
ridiculous.
Suarez is great.
That's ridiculous. Hazard or Griezmann?
Hazard.
Yeah. Aguero or Mane?
Oh damn. Mane.
Yeah, I would say so too. Lautaro Martinez or Gonzalo Higuain?
Ooh. That's opposite ends of the career. It's difficult. You know what? I'm going to say Higuain. Because he got so much abuse and he's still stuck in there, and now he's back at Juve after they didn't want him.
Yeah, because he was contracted there.
They had
no choice.
But he got himself back into the team.
Yeah,
Martinez can go on to be brilliant.
That is a dumb as hell reason to justify that decision. Lautaro is clearly the better player at the moment, but if he has half the career that Higuain has had, then he's done very well.
Exactly. Higuain rated. Right, Doverboy98 next up. What is your best transfer deal of the decade? Well, last decade technically.
Last decade, yeah.
So from 1st of January 2010.
Suarez to Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
So first of all, obviously lost a fantastic player in Torres. Also came with a terrible player in Carroll, at least for the Reds. But they got him pretty reasonably priced, considering they made a ton of money from Torres.
Yeah.
I mean, basically they sold Torres and got 2 strikers in return. One of them being Suarez, the other one we don't need to mention him too much more.
The big AC.
Yeah, but scored a hat load of goals.
Yeah.
And they sold him for a ton load of money after some of their tricky years that he put them out of a few times.
Basically, every good player of the decade was a good signing because if they were that good.
Yes.
But for me,
pound for pound, that's pretty good though.
I'm going to go Manuel Neuer because he was free. I think was he free?
I don't know if he was, but if it wasn't, it was very just a couple.
For what Neuer's then won and done at Bayern is pretty, and with the World Cup.
It's a great one too, But I'm going to take Suarez anyway.
Cool.
Yep.
Next up.
From Tony Timetable. Would Dale... I mean, listen, I don't need to buy a vowel here, do I? They've used every one. Would Dale Upamecano be a great and or necessary transfer target for Spurs?
Necessary, yes.
Okay.
Would he be a great one? I think they'd be better. I think if Spurs are to that point where they need a centre-back, which they definitely do, it's a necessity, I would like to see a few others higher up on the list. Who would you,
give me some names?
Koulibaly would be a fantastic one.
Yeah.
Definitely go with Koulibaly. Also, and he's probably not as good as Upamecano, but with Premier League experience, someone like Nathan Ake I think would be brilliant.
Upamecano's a fantastic player.
Yeah, he is. I know he is.
He's a beast.
But I just feel like there's a couple of seasons at Leipzig. He's done really well. if I was to take a risk on a big money player, having said that, Koulibaly doesn't play Premier League either.
No.
I don't know. Just my opinion. From what I've seen, I think Koulibaly would be a really, really good choice. I think Ake would be a good choice. I'm not saying Upamecano is bad either. He'd be great.
You'd take him.
Yeah, of course. But that's about it. That's all I got from that.
Fair enough.
Right, next up, we are going to Lukey 10. Okay. Lingard to any other team than Man United, will it happen? Maybe Maddison or Grealish come to United if he leaves.
It'd certainly be an upgrade for United. Yeah.
Okay, where's Lingard going?
I don't know. I mean, he's got Raiola now, so it could be anywhere. It could be Barcelona for all we know.
That is very true.
Raiola can get him in anywhere. I mean, listen, Lingard's stats this year have been super poor. His performances have been patchy. He's had some nice moments, but I think, you know, he can probably say, and he did say a few weeks ago that, you know, he was struggling a little bit with the pressure and, you know, probably got a bit carried away at certain times. He hasn't regained that form that, you know, that I think everyone, especially England fans, were very, very excited about for a long time. So I don't see him as much more. I see him like a Tom Cleverley. You know, he's just going to go that way. You know? Like he'll end up at a mid-tier. He'll end up at Everton. Give it 2 years, he'll be at Everton.
Everton are like the official bridge from top six to the rest of the league.
He won't even go to Watford anymore. He'll go to Everton. Yeah. I went for the 2 Continental now.
I was speaking about this on our Onefootball podcast, funnily enough. He's one of these players who, if he goes out, he never comes back.
No.
Like, as soon as Lingard drops down, there's not going to be someone like City or Liverpool being like, United, you missed a trick. I'm going to sign him for 50 million. Yeah. Once he's out, he's out. And as you said, Newcastle, Watford, Everton, West Ham,
exactly.
Something like that.
I think Maddison and Grealish would be either of them would be a good replacement. I would see Maddison as being the most logical. He just seems a bit more of a United type player.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I don't see Lingard also leaving.
I don't see.
Who's going to take him? From me, Mark the Master. What is your personal opinion on Red Bull Leipzig and their sister clubs?
This is a hot topic of debate in Germany.
It has been for a long time.
Yeah. They get a lot of hate over here because of escaping around the rule.
I wonder if people actually outside of Germany really understand the depth of, you know, how many real football fans, you know, genuine football fans in Germany actually despise what Leipzig are doing. Yeah. Because they would rather anyone win the title than Leipzig. Even Hoffenheim, which is basically a junior version.
Personally, even though we're just talking about Upamecano and me having questions, personally, I don't see it, but maybe that's because I'm not an deep German fan.
I think it's just more the manner of how they came to where they are now.
Yeah.
You know, buying a small club, creating this little membership loophole that got around the 50+1 arrangement that they have here in Germany. I think the way that they approach things as a club is super refreshing. They've put a lot of money into youth, into the academy. They go and buy young from Germany and all around Europe and elsewhere as well. Everything, that's great. That's all really good. It's just the origins of the club and the way they went about it. Basically skipping the queue that a lot of old traditional clubs were in. Yeah.
I have 2 thoughts on it. First off, you only hate them once they're better than you. That's just how it goes.
I don't even think it was with Leipzig.
Honestly, when Leipzig started out in the 4th division, no one would have gave a crap.
I don't know if that's
not nobody. If you're sitting there a fan, you go, what do you think of Leipzig? You think, God, their division's away. I have no idea. You probably, if all of that happened and they still didn't reach the top of the Bundesliga and they were in, you know, the 2nd division or 3rd division, people would laugh and people would be like,
I don't know if I agree with that. I think it still caused enough. I mean, how old were you then? 6?
6. It was only like 10 years ago, was it?
Yeah, so 6.
Yeah, so 6.
You are a man-child.
No, but I honestly, it's like the same. You always hate, in England, United are the most hated team because they're the most successful.
Yeah, but
you just hate them once they're successful.
It is a lot more common now outside in these other leagues for, you know, golf money or Asian money or American money or European money to come in and lift these clubs from the doldrums up to another level. We've seen it in England in particular. It's not meant to happen here. It's not meant to happen.
Okay, that's the thing. But that's, again, why I said, coming from outside Germany, I don't get it. I've seen Man City. I've seen Chelsea. I've seen, you know, and those clubs were obviously big institutes before Leipzig. But that's if it didn't happen now, it was going to happen to another team in Germany.
I mean, what is the positive out of it is that, you know, Leipzig, a city of considerable size, 600,000, didn't have a team anywhere near the top flight. Yes, you could argue with the ways that it achieved that, but it's nice for that for that city. It's a great little city to have.
Sound like a bit of a Leipzig sympathiser.
So yeah, I've got some family connections there. So yeah, it's certainly not around the club, but certainly with the city. All right, let's move on. You're
right,
yeah.
Avery Anderson up next. Okay, quickfire for you. Rate the likeliness of these transfers in the next 2 windows.
Quickfire, one being unlikely, 10 being
10 being very up until the end of summer. I feel another bet coming
end
on.
of the summer. Okay, yeah, I like this. Yeah.
There's too many here.
Yeah.
Okay, Sane to Bayern.
7.
Madison to United.
6.
Eriksen to Inter.
7.
Boateng to Arsenal.
5.
Alcacer to Atletico.
7.
It's going to be a busy summer.
Yeah.
Pogba to Real Madrid.
3.
Mbappe to Liverpool.
1.
Yeah. Mbappe to Real Madrid.
7. Oh, should this be our one, or do you believe he's going to go 2?
No, I actually think he might stay.
Oh, okay. Are you finished with the?
Yeah, that was it.
So should we do our next bet then?
Next bet.
When the transfer window finishes in summer, when it shuts in summer, if Mbappe is still at PSG, we need to figure out you guys can help us with this, with the bet.
With the forfeit for the loser.
Yes.
So Paddy thinks he'll be at Real Madrid.
Yes.
I think he'll be still at PSG.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Should we shake hands?
You've seen it now, YouTube.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Cheers, mate.
From Nabs, do you think players from the past are slightly, I know you don't like this word, overrated in the way that people think they are much better than modern players and refuse to appreciate modern players? They let nostalgia get the better of them, even though modern players are faster and stronger. It's a tough one. It's a really tough one.
It's a tough one. It's a great question, though, because I can't remember, an article read it the other day. Basically, every generation just remembers your favourite player, and that's it.
Yeah.
So when you speak to older fans, they'll be like Maradona, no one comes close.
Yeah.
And then kids will be like, but Messi. Having said that, I looked, and I know people say the pitches weren't as good or the game didn't move as fast, compared to today's level of fitness. I still don't think, looking back at the numbers in their career, that any of those players in that era are as good as today. I think Ronaldo and Messi are the best. I think consistency-wise, what they've done is almost, I feel like, grown along with the game. I don't think we've seen such a massive change in football over the last decade and a half. And Ronaldo has had like 4 stages of his career of being a different player. I'm not saying everyone else was a one-trick pony, but to go through, both of them are entering their 3rd decade as a footballer. I can't think of anyone who had that career that's gone on for 15 years with such numbers.
I mean, you should take into account the great modern science that these players have access to.
Yeah, of course.
Things are very different with how players' bodies are treated. Before, players didn't think it was a bad thing to smoke. Probably would have played a lot longer if you didn't have a pack a day. Yeah. So I just think it's very hard to compare.
It is difficult to compare.
Yeah, and I don't know how to answer this question, Nabs, to be honest, because I really don't know. We won't know until...
I'm not saying they're overrated, because you can only compare them with what was in their time.
That makes sense.
Not overrated. I just think today, and in 100 years, they'll be the best players, because they'll be fitter, faster, more science.
In 20 years, when you're 26, you'll be thinking about these players. And,
True.
Yeah.
When I see Ronaldo bald.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing with his son. Lippmann and style. Yeah, you're up.
Right, lastly, the final question. This is a cracker from Noah Hens. What's the one question you would ask Lionel Messi?
Does he have to answer honestly?
Oh God, I wasn't ready for that.
I would ask the same question.
Okay, it's not an interview. You just sat at the bar. Messi's having a pint after he retires,
exactly,
and you're like, "Hey,
I'm
Lionel."
having a little lemonade or something like that. I would just say, honestly, Lionel, level with me, eye to eye. What do you really think of Cristiano Ronaldo?
Just knowing that the answer would never get out.
To be honest, even if there was one word that the look, you would see the look, and you would know. After all these years and all this talk of media and Ronaldo talking about stuff and Messi never saying anything, you would know what he would think of that guy in one look. He wouldn't even need to say a word.
Do you reckon there's something that he's kept inside and in his final speech when he retires would be like, and finally, Ronaldo's all right. And then they shake hands.
It's like, finally on Ronaldo.
I can't see it. He seems too nice.
I'm better.
He'd come out with all his Ballon d'Ors. I don't know what I'd ask him. Probably the same.
Yeah.
The same, or if we could just have a kickabout, it'd just
That
be
would
great.
be good. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a kickabout in the
My
park.
first question would probably be, can I buy you a drink? And he's like, that was the only question. Sorry, mate. You wasted it.
Was he the Don? You only get one.
Yeah, he's like a genie, but you get one wish or one question. Yeah.
Perfect. Right, you guys let us know what you would ask Messi if you ever met him. And that's about it from us. Of course, every Wednesday night in the community tab on YouTube, leave your questions for myself and Paddy. But that's all from us. So have a great weekend. We'll see you guys soon.
Happy birthday to this bloke. Yeah.
Bring on the cake.